May 10th, 2017. So I want to open the meeting, call it to order, and our first order of business is the pledge of
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Chairman, while we're standing, I would like to make mention of 4 residents who passed away during this last week. Whitney Waggett Whitman was a graduate of Old Dighton High School. I think she was a year ahead of me, but I would have put her in the last class out of Dighton High. I hadn't been in touch with Whitney for quite a while, but Whitney began helping us with the Sojourn Band Project. And I saw her at the March get-together and was shocked to hear that she had passed away. Raymond Fitter lived in North Dighton. He was a call firefighter in the past, and people that knew him said he loved his Jeep and his motorcycle. Victor Buard. Victor served on the Renewable Energy Committee, and his wife, Rosemary, currently serves on the Cultural Council. And Deborah Torres Fredericks. I think most people in town know Deb Fredericks from the real estate and insurance business. I had a business relationship with Deb over the years as a selectman, and also we had personal business with the insurance company. Deb was a caretaker. Deb took care of everybody, very giving of her time. She was very helpful to me when I was first elected selectman back in 2007. We spent a lot of time going over the insurance review and making sure that we had adequate insurance and got things up to date. She put up a valiant fight. She was a woman of courage. She was a woman of conviction, and I think she is a loss to the town, as are the other individuals, a very well-known person, and the wife of Douglas Frederick. I think everybody knows that her son, Rob, is in the same building. He's an attorney. And she's the daughter of Frank and Dorothy Torres, Frank being a longtime selectman in Dighton, and Dorothy being a longtime employee of the Dighton school system. So in their memory, I would ask for a moment of silence and extend to all of the families our sincere sympathy for their loss. Thank you.
Welcome. So we'll start with public input. Any public input? No. I want to recognize Michael John. He's one of our candidates for town administrator, and he just showed up tonight, which is good. And I guess he's been around town today, just kind of checking it out and looking at the water plant. And Cahal down there that runs the water plant, he met him, and he also mentioned how enthusiastic he is about water. It's crazy.
He is so good. He loves water, so I know you're getting good water here.
Okay, any old business? I don't think so.
No business tonight.
Okay, new business. We've got a bunch of appointments.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we appoint Mr. Ed Palick to the Open Space Committee.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great. And we have another one for the cable committee. Oh, no. That's open space.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we appoint Robert Sylvia of 2125 County Street to the Cable Commission.
I second that, Mr. Chairman.
Take a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And we have a third one, which I guess I might as well do. Well, no. Oh, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, we have another appointment to the Cable Commission, Matthew Rao, 27 Point Street, Berkeley, and I will make that motion.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I want to say that these people and other, I know we have a couple others that said they were going to step up and help with some of these committees we have, and I just want to say how appreciative we are of that, because we've had a hard time recruiting people for both of these committees, television, the cable, and the open space, so this is great, and the cable people have a sigh of relief tonight, because as I've said before, there was only 2 of them down there, and they really were working hard, so thank you very much. And we have a Conservation Commission grant application.
Yeah.
So this is an application from the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs in Massachusetts. And it's a municipal vulnerability preparedness grant program. And proposal is municipalities who wish to receive designation from the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs as a municipal vulnerability preparedness program municipality. Designation will be given to municipalities who complete the community resilience building workshop process and associated deliverables. Financial assistance will be provided through this opportunity to allow municipalities to pay for technical assistance to complete assessments and planning using the community resilience building workshop guide. Municipalities who complete this process and develop a final report will be designated as MVP communities, which may lead to increased standing and future funding opportunities to signify the commitment of this municipality to building resiliency and preparing for climate change. Communities who have already completed the process of assessing vulnerability and planning for climate change may also receive the designation by applying to the program to the EEA's review. So that in a nutshell is what it's about. And so I'd entertain a motion to give authority to who's this? Conservation Commission to go forward with preparing this grant request.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I just wanted to say one thing. I'm happy about this, and I think that when the town formed the Green Communities Grant Committee, I think that the town was saying that it was interested in becoming more green. So I think that this ties in perfectly to that. So I'm happy to go along with this, and good luck to Conservation Commission on this.
Yeah. And Brett's been very active in the green communities efforts, so we appreciate that. I think we're moving in the right direction. That's
Absolutely.
great. Okay.
Good to see more committees or commissions get involved in trying to get grant money.
Absolutely. 100%.
You know, I think that's, that's for Conservation Commission, but I think some of these other committees that, like the Open Space, for example, now that we have a full complement of people on that committee, they'll be in a position, once they get the open space plan completed, to apply for grants. So there's a lot of very important work to be done by these committees, and it puts the town in a position to obtain additional resources that allow us to turn our town in the direction that we all want it to go. So.
And just at the risk of being a little bit cliche, I just wanted to say that, the Board of Selectmen will always help to provide oversight and direction to the various committees and commissions and boards, etc. But, this is residents' opportunity to get involved and to help shape the direction of the town. The Board of Selectmen, in an official capacity, can only do so much. So, the town really relies on people getting involved and, forging their own path for the town. So we appreciate it when folks volunteer.
It's a good return on your own tax money, folks, because most of the time this is tax money. They aren't private grants. Money becomes available through legislative action, and it's those that go after it that get it.
It's your state tax money, not your town tax money.
No, so,
So we're not gonna tax anymore for this
no,
stuff.
it's all that tax money we pay and whether where it goes,
So we need to get
to
some
Boston
return.
or, and wherever.
Okay, announcements, Cape Cod flyer. Who's got that? What is it?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Nancy always Excuse me.
Once again, the MBTA, working with the Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, is going to have the MBTA train running from Boston South Station to Hyannis, beginning with Memorial Day weekend. And they run from Friday to Sunday, or Friday to Monday if there is a holiday. This is a special invitation, and I mentioned this last year. Last year, my husband and I did attend. On the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, May 28th, the Cape Cod train will be leaving South Station. It will be at the Middleborough Station, Middleborough Lakeville, right off of 105. It's scheduled for an 8:52 a.m. departure from that station, so if you're going to go, get there early. There's no charge for parking at MBTA stations on the weekend. So you board the train, and there are special cars designated for veterans, and each veteran can bring at least one guest. The contact information, I'll give you this in a minute so you can write it down, it's a combination effort by the Cape Cod Transit Authority, and also something that they have been doing on Cape Cod for a number of years now, and it's called Cape Cod Cares for Our Troops. There's actually a 24-hour guard of honor that stands on a platform across from Cape Cod Mall, and they change it every hour, but that guard contains a person from each of the services, and they stand there in honor of those who have served and on those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. To get information on this and to request tickets, it's free. You contact Francis, F-R-A-N-C-E-S, Cerulli, Cerulli, at 800-352-7155, or F. Cerulli at capecodrta.org. And this information will be available here in the town hall. As I said, we went last year. We boarded the train. There were veterans from, at the service in Hyannis, we had some World War II veterans. On our train, we had Korea forward, and it was a lot of fun. They provided coffee and muffins. When we got to Hyannis at the station, they provided I'll call them trolley cars, that took us over to the area across from the Cape Cod Mall where all the events took place. They provided refreshments, they entertained us, there were speakers. It was a beautiful day. And on the way home, while we were at the station in Hyannis waiting to officially board the train, they fed us chowder and lamb cakes and a soft drink. So it was just, we had a great time. It was really nice.
There's food involved, so you know.
Yeah, and it's free. But anyhow, if it's a nice day and you're looking for something to do, be at the Middleborough Lakeville station before 8:52, and the train gets back to Middleborough Lakeville approximately 8:10, and they did run on time. But you get to go over the canal bridge that they drop, and it's really amazing. The train doesn't stop. They tell them ahead, the train's coming. And that was one of the reasons I took the trip. I wanted to go over that bridge. So anyhow, hopefully we'll have good weather. And right now we're planning to go again this year.
Yeah, and we'll have this, this will be available in the Selectmen's office. We'll also give a copy to Don Hershey in the Veteran Service Office. So if you have any questions, you can come down or give either office a call.
And if you call in or register online, they will mail tickets to you. Not that anybody collected tickets, but they need to have a count, so.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have any correspondence
We don't have any correspondence.
or reports? I want to say a couple things about the report. Oh, we have other announcements too. I'm sorry. I just want to say a couple things, kind of announcements, but the town meeting, the town meeting is coming up on June 5th. There'll be a special town meeting at 6 p.m. that night, and then there'll be the regular town meeting at 7 p.m. The purpose of the special town meeting is to kind of finish up business for this fiscal year that we need to do at town meeting. So, and then once the special is over, everybody will have to leave the middle school auditorium, and then we'll come back in for the regular meeting. So I hope people can attend. It's very important. I've said this many times, but that's the town meeting, the elections, serving on these committees. That's how we as a community can steer our town in the direction we want it to go. And it's not up to us as a selectmen to determine which direction we go. That's really up to the residents to tell us what you want and what you think. So I encourage everybody to go to that. I also encourage people to come down to this meeting. As you know, we've said, we put the public input at the beginning, so if you want to come down and talk to us about anything, come down early. We'll let you have your say, and then if you want to stay, you can. If you don't want to stay, you can move on. I also want to bring you up to date. As you know, last year we approved the hiring of a town administrator, and we had 52 or 53 applicants, and we've weeded that down to 4 finalists. And the selectmen will be interviewing those 4 finalists tomorrow. And with that, hopefully we will make a decision very shortly so we can get that piece of business completed. I also went to the police station building committee meeting this last week. Actually, it was yesterday. I just want to bring you up to date. The police station is actually moving very, very rapidly. They're about a month ahead of schedule. They have 50% of the construction documents completed. They expect to go out to bid probably the middle of June, which is about, if they did get out in the middle of June, it's about 6 weeks ahead of where they were scheduled. So we're on top of it. They're on top of it. It's moving forward. They're going to meet with the building commissioner. I think they're going to meet this week, and next week they're going to get with him to start the permitting process with the planning board, zoning board, conservation commission, and I think that's it. So let's move ahead. The other thing I want to mention is the library. The library was supposed to come tonight and make a presentation. They weren't able to do that, so they will be here on the agenda for next week. And as you know, there is some plans to do something with the library where it is now. And I'd like it'd be good for everybody to hear this. They had some public hearings. We had, not a lot of people came, but you need to get the word out about it, what it's about, and so that people can make an informed decision about what they want for this town as far as the library goes. So I would encourage people to watch every night, but next week in particular. Let me go through the rest of the announcements.
Trash bags, sharps, disposal containers, and recycling stickers are all for sale at the Board of Selectmen's office. Call 508-669-6431 for more information. There are vacancies on the Historical Commission, Land Use Committee, Green Communities Grant Committee, and the Cemetery Commission. Also, the Community Preservation Committee has an opening for a Historical Commission representative and a possible opening for an at-large member.
I'd just say one thing about these committees again. It's so important, but if you don't want to commit to it, you can just come down to one of the committee meetings and observe what goes on. And if you feel like it interests you, then you can sign up. But you don't need to make a commitment. And if you're tired of it, you can resign anytime you want. So hopefully people will come out like they have for the cable and for the open space.
Absolutely. Bristol County Agricultural High School is holding a spring exposition on Saturday, May 13th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 135 Center Street in Dayton. Highlights include a farmer's market and vendor expo, live animal exhibits, a gourmet food truck, and a plant sale. I also want to point out that all these events, both the one I read and the ones I'm about to read, are all on our Facebook page, and they will be, if they're not already, uploaded to the website. So the information's getting out there, so you can be aware of what's coming up. Friends of the Dayton Animal Shelter will be holding a garage sale on Saturday, May 20th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. behind Dayton Town Hall. To reserve a space, call 774-228-8940 or 508-400-6667. Proceeds to benefit the animal shelter. The Dayton Historical Society Home Plate fundraiser will be held on Tuesday, May 23rd, 2017, from 11 a.m. until closing. The restaurant will donate 20% of your purchase to the Dayton Historical Society. Tickets are required in order to help the society. Tickets are available on the Dayton Historical Society Facebook page. You may print the tickets or present the Facebook post at the time of purchase.
Nancy Dills, I think. Nancy Dills.
Bulky items, curbside pickup is scheduled for the week of May 22nd to 29th. Tags for items are available for sale in the Selectmen's office. This will follow the regular trash schedule. The Dayton Historical Society will also be holding a plant sale on May 27th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Dayton Historical Winslow Davis Museum, located at 1217 William Street. Maps and historical memorabilia will also be available for sale. If anyone wishes to donate plants, please drop them off on Friday, May 26th, or early on May 27th. Please label them and leave them by the bulkhead.
Selectman Goulart, I don't mean to cut you off. Is that the grand opening?
I don't think so. I think that's going to be separate.
Okay.
Because I was thinking that as I was reading
Yeah.
it, and I know they're going to have a special event with refreshment.
One thing I've learned over my career is you have to have food.
Yes.
If you want people to come to a meeting, you have to have food. Maybe we'll do that here sometime.
Dayton Fire Association will be hosting a Touch a Truck event on Saturday, June 3rd, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the grounds of Manheim, New England. Free admission to the event. Children can get up close and look at or climb aboard many of the supersized vehicles. Dayton Fire Association will also be collecting donations for the Shriners Hospital for children. Manheim will also be hosting a blood drive on Saturday, June 3rd. Free pancake breakfast for all those who donate. The annual town meeting will be held at the Dayton Middle School on June 5th, 2017 at 7 p.m. A special town meeting will be held prior to the annual town meeting at 6 p.m. The Board of Selectmen will begin their summer meeting schedule on June 7th. The final weekly meeting will be on May 31st. There will be no meeting on June 7th and every other week during the summer. Normal meeting schedule will resume on September 6, 2017. There was one other thing I wanted to mention. What is the date? Ms. Piazza came in and there was going to be a public informational meeting on the request for the medical marijuana proposal at the Old Mount Hope Mill. What was the date on
It's
that?
May 23rd at 6 p.m.
May 23rd?
Yep.
All right, because I want to put that in my Facebook
6 p.m.
posting. 23rd, 6 p.m. And it's scheduled for the lower level of Town Hall. So if you're interested or you would like to come and get information or comment, please come to that meeting.
And I think it's really important too that people come to that meeting because there's a lot of misconceptions about what the medical marijuana dispensaries are all about. And it's very important to understand that medical marijuana and recreational marijuana are two totally separate issues. So I encourage you to come down and listen to the presentation and ask you questions and voice your concerns if you have any.
I would also like to just mention for people out there, we have received a couple letters from different residents in town, expressing support for the facility. So that is another way you could communicate with the board if you so choose, if you can't make it.
Any other reports?
I have one report. Last Thursday, Tom Ferry and I attended a meeting of the Mass Highway Association. The gist of the program was, there were two important presentations. First one was a person from the EPA and a person from DEP made presentations about the new permitting process. And I've mentioned before, the town of Dayton is in the process of formulating the application for renewal of its permit. So we get a lot of information there, and also a lot of information where we can get help if we have questions or need anything along those lines. And specifically, the stormwater coalitions that have been formed across the state, we don't have one in this immediate area. What they describe as southeastern Mass really isn't southeastern, but in any case, they have all been working on developing educational materials, and as you know, we've got a grant to develop educational materials, so we can use that as a best practice. So we will be following up on that one. The other program was from that dealt with bridges and culverts. And the very first slides that were shown were identified as Dayton, Massachusetts. And the culvert that was shown was one that Tom Ferry and the men of the Dayton Highway Department constructed. And then there was another picture of what looked like, if you will, an intermittent stream. It was dry at the time. And they were walking through the woods. Tom thought it was somewhere off of Portland Street. Maybe the one that's the problem.
Yeah, right.
But anyhow, I was very pleased to see that, because they identified it, and I said to Tom, I said, "See that, Tom? Got that recognition again." So they're actually using what Tom did as a teaching tool on how to construct these properly.
Mr. Tom Ferry, our highway superintendent, has become famous for a lot of things. Now he's famous for putting in culverts, and you all know the story about the molasses, so we won't go into that. I also want to point out, in case you didn't get the gist of it, but Selectman Goulart is the guru of stormwater and loves it. I think.
Except when we got all that stormwater the last couple of weeks, and we got another stormwater coming this weekend.
Nice lawns though.
Yeah,
Thanks, Nancy.
yeah.
We have no acknowledgements, right? No. Okay, let's go to the approval of the minutes.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept or approve rather, the minutes of the regular meeting of April 19th, 2017.
And I'll second the motion.
Okay, a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And the approval of the warrants.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the following warrants. 45A-17 in the amount of $80,177.10 payroll. Warrant 45B-17 in the amount of $311,179.20. Warrant 45C-17 in the amount of $2,268,739.75. That's accounts payable, and that's the regional district assessment. And warrant 45D-17 in the amount of $5,084.14. Accounts payable, all dated May 10th, 2017.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. It's a very short meeting tonight because we didn't have a lot on the agenda. I just want to make another comment. You know, this is my fourth week as the board on the Board of Selectmen, and it's been a very interesting 4 weeks. It's been a very busy 4 weeks. You know, there's so much to get caught up and learn, and so. But I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I think we're making some good progress in a lot of areas, and we will continue. I also want to encourage people. I've left my Jack Taylor for Selectmen page up, and I would ask you to go back and look at that occasionally. And if at any point along the way you think that I've deviated from some of the things that I put on there, let me know, or come to the meeting, or just give me a call or whatever. Because you know, sometimes you can lose your way in this by not paying attention to some of the details that you that you might have wanted to pay attention to, so.
They'll let you know.
I know, well, I hope so.
They don't hold back.
Because sometimes you get overwhelmed, almost overwhelmed with the amount of information you have, and I just want to make sure that I keep on track and do what you want me to do. As I said many, many times, your agenda is our agenda, so, but we need to know what that is, so. And again, I encourage you to come down. If you have any, and the other thing, if you have any suggestions on how we could make it easier for residents to participate, come to the meetings or whatever, we might try the food thing, so we'll have to talk about that.
And I think if we discuss something, or we're talking about something, and you're sitting home saying, I don't understand what they're talking about, if you let us know, we can either put something out there, or we can talk about it and just say, we want to clarify what happened when we discussed this topic. Because we get familiar with it, and sometimes we lose sight of the fact that people out there don't necessarily know what we're talking about. I just want to say, congratulations to Nate Vargas. Nate is having his Eagle Scout Court of Honor this Saturday, and he is the Eagle whose project was the creation of the Frank D. Costa Memorial Park down on the river.
I saw him today, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah, he seemed very excited. I said I was going, and I'm looking forward to it very much, very much.
And we'll have a dedication of that park sometime in the future,
Mhm.
after the weather settles down, I guess. The other thing, just a reminder also, got so many things to, Cow Chip Festival is coming up. It's June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, right out here behind Town Hall. And then the Memorial Day Parade, this year it's in Rehoboth, and that will be on Memorial Day. And it kicks off at about 10:15 or 10:30. The parade will march down to the gazebo in Rehoboth, and then there'll be a short ceremony, and that should all be over by 12 or 12:30, so hope people can attend.
And we'll add that to the announcements
Right.
from now on. But again, it's on our Facebook and it is on our website.
And again, Brett's done a wonderful job of getting that out there. Hopefully it's useful to people.
Absolutely.
I know it is to me because I can keep track of what I'm supposed to be doing, so.
Also, I did want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for putting the cable committee posting on social media. I think we got a really good
Yeah.
response. The two candidates, individuals that we approved this evening were folks that had seen the post on Facebook asking for new committee members for the Cable Commission, and we thank you, and I wanted to thank you. I think that was really effective, and
Yeah.
maybe going forward, that can be an
Good.
additional venue
Yeah.
to post openings.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
No other business. Make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I second.
Okay, get a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Happy Mother's Day, all of you mothers.
Thank you.
Good night, Kate.
Good night.
Thank you. And thank you, Cable. Short meeting.